How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with the NHL 24 no money spent road to bread. It's a road to glory, guys, where I don't get to spend any money on packs or players, and we're just gonna see what we can get. And this is just gonna be kind of one of those average man's road to glory kind of thing. And I want to take you guys along for the ride. I want to see how quickly we can get an elite team, how far we can go in champs and rivals. And I want to say thank you to those of you that watched last year and are back for this year. And those of you that are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I love Chell. And NHL 24 is looking like it's going to be a fun one for me. The gameplay is going to be great, so hopefully we can incorporate some more gameplay, and it won't get so burned out this year. But I've really enjoyed it so far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start our road to glory, the road to bread. You guys already know what it is. That is our team name, so if you guys see RyeSquad and the road to bread is your opponent, then you're facing me. But with our starter pack, we'll just go ahead and skip over a bunch of the bronzes and the silvers. I'm a Sabres fan, so I got a whole bunch of Sabres, jersey, arena, and whatnot. But our big three players, Dylan Cousins is our 82. We got JJ Peterka, my favorite player, and Peyton Krebs. And then for our X Factor player, we get Jordan Kyrou. It's not exactly the one that I was jumping out of my chair to get here, but honestly, Jordan Kyrou, not a bad player. We got to build the team first before we can take a look at him. You guys are going to get a random player, so you're not going to get Jordan Kyrou if you pick the Sabres. It doesn't work like that, so you're just going to get a random X Factor. I've seen a whole bunch. There's a whole thread on Reddit about them. But you guys can see here, Jordan Kyrou, we can upgrade him. It's going to be 500 to get him to an 81. And then up to an 84. It really isn't going to cost much. And his speed, I mean, it's a pretty decent card. He's got elite edges and puck on a string. It's definitely not the worst card I could have pulled as my starter X Factor here. He's also got the playmaking forward synergy, which will come in handy later down the line here in this episode, guys. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. But the 89 speed is really what I'm looking at. And that only at an 84 looks pretty good. So then we're going to go ahead and jump forward here, guys, to the store. We're not going to spend many of the hut points today. Last year, you guys said it was fine to spend them. So I'm going to spend them again this year, just not in this episode. There is one special pack at the very end there. But what we're going to do, and what I advise you guys to do, is go to the store and buy the training camp pack. It's completely free, it's 0 coins, and it'll help with sets down the line. Speaking of packs, we have 3 from our pre-order bonuses, and here's 85 overall training camp Cale Makar. He looks absolutely insane, a 92 speed right shot defenseman. His hands are insane, and even defensively, 87 stick checking, 87 defensive awareness. Honestly, guys, it's pretty incredible to get this card for free this early in the game. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. And you know, I was looking for right-handed defensemen last year, and having an 85 Cale Makar in the pre-order bonus is pretty great. Next, we'll go over to the one with the much bigger choice than the Power-Up Icons pack. We have our Team Builders Choice Pack. There's 2 of them. I decided to skip them. It's not really a surprise who these guys are. But if you guys are curious about who your team's guy is, take a look through here. I'm flipping through, trying to find the Sabre. You guys know I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan. I got my Buffalo Bills polo on because we just beat the Dolphins on Sunday. A big victory there. But it's hockey season. Derek Roy is the Sabres team builder. And guys, I have a Derek Roy jersey. It's right over there in that closet. I could go grab it. It's a Buffa Slug jersey. Derek Roy. It's awesome. And his card looks pretty awesome. With 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 88 agility. He's got that playmaking forward synergy. Tape to tape and third eye. Third eye's not the greatest, but take a look at his hands. They're pretty solid with 88 offensive awareness, 84 deking, 89 passing, and then 84 faceoffs. So, I mean, it's not that crazy. It's not the craziest card in here, I don't think. But as a Sabres fan, I had to go with him. And then as a Sabres fan and kind of just playing Shell, I was down to the last 2 in my mind. It was either Brian Gionta or Marty St. Louis. Marty St. Louis, you guys can see, they're pretty similar. They're both small, diminutive players. 5'7" Gionta, who's actually the former captain of the Sabres. And then 5'8" Marty St. Louis. You can see the speed is out of this world, too. Gonna be looking more for speed and hands this year. Just because if you can avoid getting hit with the full pressure system, I think that'll be pretty good. But Marty St. Louis was ultimately the choice. I know Brian Giunta had Unstoppable Force, but to get gold wheels and silver elite edges, I have a feeling you guys are going to be facing a lot of this team builder Marty St. Louis early on in the year. Oh, and by the way, they both have the playmaking forward synergy. That I think that was like distributor last year. It's now playmaking forward, which is the agility, deking, offense awareness, passing, and puck control. I mean, you guys are going to be absolutely phenomenal. The deking, the agility, puck control as well, and +3 passing. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great year to set up. And I think I'd rather have better passing than better shooting. You know, going for the backdoor tapping kind of thing. But we got the pre-order power-up pack icon. It's the last one of the pre-order bonuses. Did I even say that right? Power-up icons. Anyway, Johnny Bower, the goaltender, is our first of our 3 power-up icons. The second is Mark Recchi, a solid player there. And then our final power-up icon to choose from is Peter Stastny. And now, I cut out a ton of the Team Builders one, guys. That took me forever to decide between Giunta and Marty St. Louis and some of the other guys. This one's not going to take me nearly as long. Recchi versus, I don't even want to talk about the goalie. Like, no offense to Johnny Bower, not taking a power-up goalie with my power-up icon pack. We got Mark Recchi or Peter Stastny. I think it was pretty obvious that Peter Stastny should be the go-to here. The hands are just out of this world, and he's a pretty good skater, as well as a great shot because he's a sniper as we power him up. So, honestly, I think... I think I made the right choice here. I've been known to make some bad choices in the past when it comes to power-up icons, or power-up players, I should say. Rest in peace, Dylan Larkin last year. I took Matthew Tkachuk. Ouch. Anyway, the reason I told you guys while you're in the store, go ahead and pick up this training camp pack is because you'll get these 2 guys. And these 2 guys are automatically going to go in this set. That set will give you 79 Nicholas Robertson as well as a training camp collectible. You're going to need those training camp collectibles to help you get training camp players. And once you get those training camp players, you'll then be able to go ahead and pick from, I think it's 4. Yeah, one of 4 different training camp power-up players. You guys can see them here. It's Velarde, Dumba, Orlov, and Domi. So you guys can see it takes 279 plus. You could put your 85 Cale Makar in there. I noticed that. I was like, oh, I can complete this. Don't do that. I don't think anybody's gonna do that unless your name is Matt Dumba, but just don't. Anyway, you guys can see here we can trade in 2 gold players for a 79, and then we can immediately do this. I'm leaning Dmitry Orlov. We'll check them out here in a second, and then the training camp collectibles will also get you, you know, some packs. There's a mini pack, a base pack, and a premium pack, I believe. It would take 2 collectibles for the base pack, and then 2 collectibles and 2 silvers. So you guys can go ahead and do those. That's pretty good. Make sure you collect your objectives too. In the training camp objectives, they're pretty easy. It's pretty much just play the game, hut rush, 3 games in rivals, champs, or squad battles. And then I think there's one more down at the bottom. I think it's completed daily objectives. Anyway, here are those power-up players I was talking about with Max Domi. A decent looking card, 87 speed. The shot is pretty good. Matt Dumba is a right shot defenseman, 87. I have a feeling that he won't be getting done as much as maybe if Cale Makar wasn't the free player. But this Dmitry Orlov, guys, is absolutely where I'm going. That 85 with 88 speed. If we do end up fully upgrading him at some point, I think even with 86 at his base tier, he's a guy that might have a bit more staying power than you might think. He's pretty well rounded all across the board too, but really, I just don't want him getting flown past on the wing in about a month and just say this was completely pointless. But I would choose Dmitry Orlov. That's just my choice here. But then, speaking of choice, we all want our X Factors. We want our choices there. So in the sets, we're going to go back there. There is an X Factor Hut Moments reward set. And what this is going to be is you're going to have to do all of the Hut Moments that are the 2 X Factor groups. And you'll get an X Factor player choice, 2 power-up collectibles, and a player's pack. So a really good reward, honestly. It looks like it's repeatable. I don't think we're going to be able to repeat it. I think you're only going to get the 38 from the moments, but if you get 38 collectibles down the line, maybe. But you guys can see here, the Hut Moments, it's big, it's pink, it says Hut Moments, big letters. Cale Makar's right there, he's staring at you. But these are the 2 you want to do, is the X Factor Moments and the IIHF X Factor Moments. There's only 6 moments for the IIHF. There's 32 for Hut Moments, or for the X Factor Moments. The first one is the Zegras makes a flip over the pass to Sonny Milano. It's pretty cool because don't really have to do anything other than play it. It's quicker this year. The fact that you can end once you complete everything. Although I will say with this one, the lacrosse shot requirement, the third requirement, is a little bit bugged. So it doesn't always register when you do a lacrosse shot. One of the devs confirmed that sometimes shooting, doing the lacrosse deke and the goalie making the save will register more than like actually scoring a goal with it. So you guys can see it's take a lacrosse shot, lacrosse deke shots. And you also get this cool, if you guys haven't seen it, you didn't watch the deep dive, you get this cool intro with a couple still images about the moment, setting up the scenario, where you at, why is this important, you know, what's interesting about it. They'll go ahead and talk through it. I think James Cebulski is actually who's going to narrate what's going on here. He's probably talking behind me right now. Hopefully he's quiet enough that you guys can't hear him, but this is pretty cool, you know, for those of you that want to get into hockey a bit more and are here because you want to learn how to do, how to start your hockey ultimate team. Well, these moments are some of the biggest moments of last season, so you guys can go ahead and learn a little bit more there. But the gameplay this year, guys, has been a lot of fun. I'll show you a little bit of my first moment here. So we got a score with Sonny Milano and get an assist with Trevor Zegras, who gets leveled at the blue line by Kyle Oposo. But Manson here is going to find Milano. The secondary assist with Zegras, so Zegras didn't have to be the primary assist. And you can see over to the right, it already tracks it for you. So nice. I can't remember how many times I lost track of where I was. How many shots did I take? How many hits did I get? Did that register? Like, the amount of pausing, it was terrible. Anyway, I finally got the lacrosse deke to work, and that popped up saying, hey, you're done. You've completed everything. Do you want to keep playing as you're having fun, or do you want to leave and get on with your life? I decided I have a life, and I'm hungry for dinner, so I'm going to go ahead and leave, and just take the rewards and go. But you'll just have to do 32 of those. And then the 6th, the IAHF, and you'll have yourselves a X Factor player. I'll get that done by the next episode or so. But I am going to go to the store and do this puck drop offer. It's 28 days, it's 500 points, but you get an 82 plus and 580 pluses, as well as 2 power-up collectibles. And I know power-up collectibles are probably the most important thing in here, barring something crazy that we could pull. I'm going to do the math here. I am going to use my remaining 4,100 points on something. I'll probably buy 4 of those mega packs. Without further ado, here we go. There's a 75. There's one of our 80 pluses in Nick Paul. Darcy Kemper, 82 plus. Mangiapane, 81. There's our power-up collectible. We get the Ducks Arena, as well as another power-up collectible. We get Ryan Pulak, James Van Riemsdyk, and Carter Verhaeghe. So we actually do end up getting, I think, is that 3 82s, an 81, and then 2 80s. So that's not terrible. It's not great, but that's how we are going to end this video, with a kind of map pack. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's a free for all, free for all.